So I'm going to be making an acai bowl. I went on a hike this morning, so it's going to be really and pecans. So I have a bowl of walnuts and pecans, and I'm just going to dump it onto the cutting board. I'm going to chop it up. I'm just going to chop it up into really small pieces. And of course it would be easier if I blended it in the blender, but I'm just afraid it's going to just like pulverize into a fine dust, so I'm just going to chop it right now. Alright, so I've chopped the nuts. This is what it looks like, if you can see it. I'm going to throw it back into the bowl, if I can find the bowl. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to add some coconut oil. I'm going to add some cinnamon. And coconut sugar. I think I'm going to add some maple syrup as well. Okay, so hopefully that's nice and sticky. I'm going to use a spoon to mix it up. So hopefully that's a good consistency. I'm going to throw it in the air fryer, and I'm just going to bake it until maybe like 10-15 minutes depending on how quickly it browns. So yeah. So they've been in the air fryer for about 10 minutes now, so I'm going to go check it out. And you do want to be careful with nuts because they are easy to burn. I've definitely burnt some nuts, so they don't really look burned. They definitely look really brown, so I was like kind of at the edge of them being burned, so I had them in there for about 10 minutes, and the heat's pretty high. Let's see, it's at 360, and I think it was closer to 400 earlier, but then I turned it down. So, and I love this air fryer. It's so great. It's like, it takes like half the time as a regular oven. I have a convection toaster oven, it's a really good oven, but the air fryer just cuts down the cooking time. But you know, you use them for different, like you use the different appliances for different things. Like there's definitely things that I want to use the oven for, and there's things that I want to use the air fryer for. So that is what the granola looks like. It smells really good right now, so I'm going to move on to the acai portion. So I make my acai bowls differently each time, just depending on what I have. Sometimes I have berries available, sometimes I don't. So right now I don't really have any fresh berries, so I'm going to throw in some frozen blueberries and some frozen mango. I'm also going to try to put some almond butter in it and see how that is. It can be hit or miss. Sometimes I think I do it plain sometimes too. Like sometimes I just blend the acai on its own. There's an acai bowl place that just does that, and they throw the bananas and everything on top, so that's really good too. But I'm going to try this today, and I'll let you know how it is. So I'm just going to make a slit in the acai packet. By the way, this is the Samazon acai, so this is the unsweetened version. I don't buy the one with sugar added. Make a couple slits, and I used to work at a cafe, and I used to make acai bowls like years ago, so I just made like one slit going down the middle and another slit going horizontally, and I broke it up beforehand. I also ran it under some water, so it'll be easier to put into the blender. Throw that in there. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm also going to put in a really small banana. This is called an apple banana, but of course, you know, if you don't have those available, just use regular bananas. So there's the acai. I'm going to put in the frozen fruit, the bananas. Maybe I'll just put in half. I'll put in half the banana for now because it's getting kind of full. I do have a bigger container, but I think this is like all I need. And I need to add some liquid so that it blends well. I'm going to put the almond butter in first. I think one little spoon is enough. Okay, and I'm going to put some water so that it blends. You don't want to put too much water because you don't want it to be a smoothie, so I just put like a little tiny bit. Like, I don't know if you can really see that. It's only like that big. Yeah, I'm just going to throw it in the blender and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I blended it. It may or may not have chunks inside of it, so I guess I'll find out. It looks pretty good. Oh, it has chunks in it, but they're not too big of a deal. Like, they're not like huge or anything, but yeah, it does have some chunks in it. But mostly it's pretty good. If you're not okay with having chunks in it, obviously you're going to blend it again, but I'm okay with having it a little bit chunky. Just want to get that all in there. Not bad. Okay, so I'm going to add some bananas. So I cut up some banana. And I'm going to add some hemp hearts as well. So hemp hearts. And the granola. I have my acai bowl. This is what it looks like. It's not super fancy, but it does the trick. So yeah, if you make your acai bowls differently, let me know in the comments. Also, if you make paleo granola and you have any really good recipes, I kind of just randomly made this like as a makeshift version of granola, and luckily I had nuts available. But if you have like a legitimate paleo granola recipe, you can also let me know if you could like link something. That would be awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. So I just finished eating my acai bowl and it was good, but I do want to say, like, no offense to Sambazon, but I do like this other brand that I normally get. It's also sugar-free and it's a Brazilian brand, and it wasn't at the store this time, and Sambazon was on sale, so I bought Sambazon. But that's just like one thing to keep in mind. The actual like brand of acai bowl does seem to matter. The other one just seemed a little bit more creamier. Sambazon seemed just a little bit icier, so I didn't like that as much. And the other one just seems like darker. It seems more rich and more flavorful. So that's just my opinion. So yeah, like, again, comment how you like to do your acai bowls and how you like to make your granola if you do make granola. I'm gonna try to attach some footage of my hike this morning. So I hope you enjoy that too, and I hope you have a great day.